Does that work? I should probably end this so I can see if it even works. Good news, it works enough. Alright folks, common problem. We are in a pandemic. And that means we can't touch our face. How on earth are we going to wipe away the tears that we cry every single day if we can't touch our face? Like this. I am making a device to wipe away tears because I'm sad. Everyone is sad. We're in a pandemic. So, we're doing this. This is the first time I've been excited for science since like 7th grade. This is gonna be great. Step 1, solve a real world problem. Obviously, wiping away tears with a device instead of our hands because we can't touch our face is a perfect real world problem. I'm having that problem like 10 minutes ago, okay? It's great. We're doing great. This is okay. The other 3 criteria are solve a real life problem. We already did that one. And now I have to involve energy transfer between 3 different energy storage modes. For example, potential, elastic to kinetic, and then like gravitational to like thermal, or I don't know, whatever. Have at least one step where work is being done on the device, and then it needs to be constructed in a way in which we can measure and calculate the amount of energy. But basically, I need to be able to measure energy. It needs to have, one step needs to be able to, where work is being done, and then one step needs to, not one step, all of the steps need to involve 3 different types of energy. My original plan was to make a thing that dries your tears. We're still doing that. Still a very necessary thing for the environment. So what I thought I was going to do was create a device like this, where this is a rubber band and it's like all tied up like right there, and you're like twisted it backwards, and then it's going forwards and hitting your face over and over again to dry your tears. And there's like tissues right here. I'm an artist. This isn't a decipherable graph, that's fine. It's not a graph, it's a sketch, and I can't sketch. Elastic potential energy would be transferred into kinetic energy, moving whatever this crap is, and technically it would also create thermal energy from the friction on the face. We live in a world of friction, and it's gonna do that anyway. My arm is getting tired. But I want more energy transfers than that. I forgot what I was doing. Alright, yes. First step. A, hanger, distracting. B, there. Now you can't see inside the closet, and now you can't see me. Okay, so first step, I'm going to be looking up here just so you know, is identify. I'm a scientist. I identify things. I'll probably use elastic potential energy to get the thing to wind up and then hit my face, which is still very accurate, except for I will probably be adding more things in there, such as gravitational potential energy, like a ball dropping on a seesaw, and then that doing something, and then that doing something, because chain reaction. It's a chain reaction. There are various parts to the problem, obviously, because this is a problem that consists of various parts. So, one of the main problems that I feel like we are going to run into is this will hit my face either too softly, or it will hit my face too harshly, and it will just cause more tears, eventually causing me to cry so much that I shrivel up into a tiny prune, and I am made into prune juice. Because dehydration does that to you, folks. Drink water. I'm going to need a beginning, a middle, and an end. The end result is going to be that my tears get dry. By the way, I don't know if we're using real tears. Maybe I'll cut an onion, maybe I'll have a mental breakdown before we test this. I don't know, maybe it'll just hit my face, or I'll throw water on it or something, we'll see. Sorry, a bird just flew by. I love birds. Okay. The middle part is probably going to be all the little nicks, nannies, crooks, crannies, and little ding-dong, bing-bong bits and bobs that happen. And in the beginning will probably be me or someone else seeing my distress and setting off the device. Okay. Look! There's a dog outside, look how fluffy! I'm probably going to stick to gravitational potential energy, elastic potential energy, perhaps electrical energy, Just a heads up, I don't actually use electrical energy, so kinetic energy and probably some thermal energy. You know, why isn't it working? Is this working? What's going wrong? Where is it not working? Anyway, part 2 is investigate. Information or details that I probably need to know beforehand are the types of energy that I plan on using, which, if you remember like a couple minutes or seconds ago, I already said. I need to know the motion, I need to know the types of energy and where they're going to be, and you know, where the work is gonna come in. So, editor me real fast. Just real fast, explaining energy. All energy is conserved. It's like matter. You can't create new matter. You cannot create new energy. There's always like the same amount of energy, always. But there are different types of energy, and they can be transferred between one another and like change. So there's potential energy, which has the potential to do work, which means to like make things move kind of thing. There's kinetic energy, which is like moving things, which is like the process of work. And there's thermal energy, which is like friction. There are two kinds of potential energy. There's gravitational energy, which is like if I were to hold this right here, this has gravitational potential energy because I could drop it and that produces energy. And there's also elastic potential energy, which I'm going to use, which is like springs and rubber bands and pulling on things and etc. That's different types of energy. They can change, energy is conserved, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, just putting that in there. Okay. Investigations and experiments. I have been looking this up on YouTube because that's like been my best friend for the past 3 months. As soon as I thought of the idea of the wiping the tears off the face idea, I thought of the one lady on YouTube who made an alarm clock that slapped her in the face every time she needed to wake up. I'm like, wow, I want to do that. Except nicer. And so I wanted to try to get that, but without the violence and with more physics. Thinking of that, my train of thought went to the rubber band cars that I made in the 7th grade. They used elastic potential energy to store power in the wheels, which would then use kinetic energy to roll them forward in a forward motion because they're cars. I was thinking I could do some sort of mixture of that, where I would take the stored elastic potential energy after being wound up, and then it would continuously come forward and slap my face as the elastic potential energy was being released and changed to kinetic energy with the moving windmill. Am I making sense? I could just have like a total wrong grasp of physics and like gravity's a lie, so is the sky kind of thing. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Please don't dock me points. Anyway, maybe my logic is flawed. We're going to see in the future. In formal investigations and experiments, I almost took apart my soap dispenser to see if like I could do something with that where I push it down and like it push like my face. And I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. Possible materials. Most likely we're going to use rubber bands because rubber bands are a great source of elastic potential energy. We're also probably going to use hot glue because hot glue is Troom Troom's best friend, and today it is mine because today I'm doing a Troom Troom level device of usefulness. Okay, it's a little higher than that. Anyway, hot glue and duct tape to keep things together because if we don't keep things together, it's gonna fall apart. And if it falls apart, it's not gonna work because it's not together. Popsicle sticks, dowels, like the little stick things that are basically skewers but not. I'm going to need a way to change the tissue or to have the tissues continually come out. Either I need to replace the tissue every time I cry, or I can make it like a tissue box on the end of presumably each stick, and we would do it in the way of like I pull out the tissue and another one would come out. Tissues. Springs, I thought about maybe getting some springs. Straws. Foam. And I'm gonna put etc. Etc. means I reserve the right to add more materials later, which I am glad I stated because I'm not even using half of the things on this list, so. Anyway, that's my list of materials. Step 3 is imagine. Cute. The device I'm going to make, anyway, that I finally decided on is going to be a chain reaction machine that at the very end is primarily going to use elastic potential energy to hit my face repeatedly. So, what I am planning on doing now, after all my brainstorming and redoing my brainstorming and more brainstorming and brainstorming and brainstorming, I also got feedback, which was technically just brainstorming, but from other people's brains. What I am doing is I'm going to be making the pinwheel thing, and I don't know what it's going to be, the blades are going to be made out of yet, and I'm going to try to attach the tissues to the ends of the blades. We're still going to use rubber bands because I'm kind of stuck on this idea now, and it seems to be the most logical option, which I know, using logic, wow, but we're gonna do it anyway. I'm probably going to use domino books as part of it. I'm probably going to use gravity as part of it and dropping things. Anyway, that's gonna kind of be my final thing. So what I'm going to do is have this windmill, wind it up, and it'll be loaded. So when I cry, I can just push a button or something, or drop a basketball onto a seesaw lever so I can cry. Anyway, so it'll be permanently loaded. Loaded? Can you load a crying machine? I'm gonna do less, but I will still have the energies that I already talked about and presumably the materials that I already needed. It was at this point when I had become extremely exhausted from a day's work of planning, so I gave up and I just decided to come back the next day. I'll see you in a couple seconds. Welcome back. Today is a new day and we're gonna go shopping. That was sad. So, I should probably explain what I'm gonna do first. Okay, so, you know this plan that I tried to make, and it was like, wow, look that, I'm doing that. But that's it. That is all I am doing. I am not doing all of these extra empty steps. No. It's literally like 5 days from the end of school and I am not doing that. Anyway, I'm awful at explaining things. I'll just show you what I'm getting and I'll show you what I'm building and then maybe I can explain it later. There's some sort of magic voice over editing process. It'll be great. Oh, look. It's a cat. All right. I'm gonna go to an orthodontist appointment first because essential businesses, I gotta get those teeth fixed. And then I'll see you for a Walmart montage. Walmart montage.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I'm gonna have to take it out because I'm not allowed to have a toilet seat. Pretty good, how are you doing? Good, thanks.
Alright, so you'll need glue sticks, tape, Yes, tape. Foam, scissors, dowels, rubber bands, popsicle sticks, paper clips, string, cardboard, some extra help, and some books. These books to be specific. Alright, time for some powerful montage. I mean, technically not montage, but montage building. Woohoo! So, what we did is we started out with my plan, and then we went and cut out some cardboard flaps from a piece of cardboard that we had previously obtained. We obtained some cardboard and we cut off the flaps to make the sides of the device. We left the sides open so that we could still do building in the inside and so that we could still twist with the rubber band, but then we placed dowels on the top and the bottom. The first dowel at the top would be able to spin and the second dowel would not. We then enforced the sides with popsicle sticks because it was weak as anything else. And then we started to put the actual pinwheel on the top dowel. We kept going. It took a little bit. We also took a lunch break. That's us eating burritos. It was a party. It was a party. More burritos. Oh wow, this took longer than I thought. Burrito. Oh, we also played Bop It because we kind of got tired and gave up. Wow, this is great. Anyway, after that, it was time for people to go, and it was really sad. And then I had to continue on my journey alone. At this point, I had already put a hook on the top dowel and attached rubber bands to both the hook and the bottom dowel, and I am now continuing to fix the pinwheel part and adding foam to it so that it may be flexible and also be able to hold the tissues in place. I then cut slits in the end and put tissues in the slits and just kind of fix things from there. Alright, I'm done. I am so done. It is, what time is it? What time is it? 11:04. It is 11:04 p.m. And I'm not even done with the whole thing, but look. I'm almost done. Hold on, I'm charging my phone. Okay. Okay, so I named it Chris for my own personal reasons. So this is it. This is literally only the part that dries my tears. But I did add a little nice thingy on the end, so that's nice. Helps me turn it quite a lot. But anyway, there's that. There's the walls. I reinforced it with some, whatever these are called, popsicle sticks. There's one huge dowel going through the top, one through the bottom. This one turns, this one does not. This one has the attachment dowel on it so that this rubber band can stay. I reinforced it with some popsicle sticks so the walls don't bend in. Technically they could still bend out, but we're just gonna hope that doesn't happen. I also reinforced it with some duct tape, some more popsicle sticks, some more dowels, just because I need a lot of emotional support, and my emotional support needs emotional support, so it's all good. Here's the front, the part that does all the work. These are foam, actually, and I wanted to do little bags on the end with tissues inside, but I was pretty sure that was going to be too heavy, because with the wind resistance, this actually slows down quite a lot. I was worried that this was going to fly too fast. It nearly flies, I've been saying flies. It nearly goes too slow, actually. I mean, it's still just fine, but it could have been too slow. I took my mom's advice, and I cut little slits in the end of the foam, and slid the tissues in there, and then I can change them out every time I cry. So, like, every 20 minutes. It's gonna be nice. Ah! It fell all the way off. Okay, so what you do is you connect it, kind of go underneath you put it over the top of that. I'm great at explaining things, I promise. Just kidding, I don't promise because I'm not, because I'm tired and it's like tired and I'm tired. See, maybe I can use this right now. See, wouldn't that be great? Anyway, you stick it inside the hook and then you twist it around. Can I just like, how do I, hold up. I'm gonna hold my phone on top of this with a popsicle stick. Wait, my setup, one at a time. Okay, so you take the hook, you put the rubber band on it, and what you're supposed to do is put the rubber band around these two little points right here and on the other side, but you can't see it, and I'm not going to bother to move my phone. And then you can keep spinning, and then you can let go. And then it dries your tears. Isn't it so great? I'm kind of sad that I'm proud. But you know what? I'm proud that I'm sad, so I mean that's kind of the whole point of Chris here. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Hopefully. It has been a long day. Very long. Very shopping, very physics. I haven't even done any physics yet. I just did engineering stuff. So, I think you have a cool transition because I'm tired and I don't want to do this. Well, I do want to do this, but not right now. It's, what time is it again? 11:10. Because it's 11:10 and I still have a huge mess to clean up. And I don't want to do this. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stick you, well, you, the viewer, no offense. Just, you know, this happens sometimes. I'm going to stick you in the Darth Vader helmet. And when I wake up, you will know, because it'll only be in a few seconds. Oh, sorry, I really like it. Okay, goodbye! Good morning. I feel awake. I feel aware. My surroundings, except for I don't, because I never have any sense of what's going on around me. I just kind of pulled the phone out of Darth Vader and started talking. This was not very well planned. Oh, good news. Completely demolished my string, so I'm gonna have to spend like a good, I don't know, 15 minutes detangling that. I mean, he's definitely not helping, but punk. But I did figure out that instead of having an actual mental breakdown on camera, which is great, I found some eye drops. They are not toxic, they're not anything, they're not like medicated or anything. They're just literally like tears in a bottle. I'd be like Anyway, so that's good news. I'm kind of cleaning up still, because last night was a mess. So, I just spent way too much time editing a small little clip to send in of yesterday's antics, and I spent a lot more time, no, technically less, time playing Will It Crush, because I have no sense of actually doing, because I have no sense of priority, and I have a headache, and I'm probably dehydrated, And the only thing I've eaten today is a bowl of applesauce and 2 pieces of broccoli. So I might get up and do that. Anyway. Oh, I feel like I'm living my life in permanent exhaustion. This is fine. Okay. See you tomorrow. Let's do a cool transition, maybe. Whoop. Good morning. Today's testing day.
All right, let's burn this candle. I don't actually know what that means. I just saw it in Mater's Tall Tales once when I was like 11, and now it's kind of stuck with me forever, so you can't, yeah.
This is editor me again, and I lost footage, and I'm going to cry. I found the footage. Alright, test 1 of my physics device. Let's go. Oh, test it first. This is prepared. The string is tied to this book. After I topple all these, this should spin and hit my face. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Dang. So what went wrong, essentially, is it's this one. I had tied it nice and tight so it doesn't fall open and ruin the pages. But it was not attached properly to this string. I'm going to try to retie this. We'll see how this works. Okay, test 2 of my physics device. That hurt. Okay, let's go. Yes! This is great. Are you? Yeah, of course you're seeing this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this time things fell apart. It worked, but it fell apart. I also forgot to time how long this rotated. So we're gonna try this again, and then maybe I'll use some of the fake tears that I have. Okay, this is test 3 of my physics device. Alright. Let's hope it stays this time. Ouch. Okay. 3, 2, 1, start. .3 seconds. This is test 4 of my physics project. I had to replace some rubber bands, so I'm hoping it'll work better now. It is wound up to right before the knot. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Crap. Okay, this is test 5 of my physics project. Let's hope it works. Okay. 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, that was 25 seconds, 0.65. I am now going to use these fake tears. It's literally just like tears in a bottle. Okay, test number 6 of my physics project. I am crying right now. This is literally so cool, like wow, okay. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. That's not good. Oh. Oh, okay. This one lasted 29 seconds.
0.92, so almost 30 seconds. However, it did get stuck on the hook at the end. This is test 7 of my physics device. I'm gonna go cry again. Do I have any tears left? I do. This is my face before drying off my tears. It kind of got stuck in my nose, but whatever. Okay, physics test number 7. Go. Okay. 24.03 seconds. This is what my face looks like after drying my tears. Okay. Just kidding now. This is what my face looks like before physics test device number 8. I'm crying. Kind of got inside my face. 3, 2, 1, start. Wow, that was loud. Okay, stop. 26.62 seconds after being dried. Alright, so here's where the physics comes in. In order to know how much energy the book produced, we have to multiply its mass by the height at which it fell, so the height of the table, and we have to multiply it by the acceleration of Earth's gravity, which is 9.8, but for the sake of simplifying, we're going to say it's 10. So when we're multiplying to get the potential gravitational energy, we multiply the mass times the height times the gravity. And in this case, we're going to be using metric meters and kilograms. When we multiply these three numbers together, we get an approximate number, which I'm just going to round up to 5 joules. And that is the amount of energy that the book produced. When the book is close to the ground but has not yet hit, there are 5 joules of kinetic energy. Now the pinwheel gets its energy from the elastic, literally called potential elastic energy. Now what I did in order to find the potential energy for the elastic is I took the original measurement of the 3 elastics combined, so their length right now, and then assuming that all of the elastic bands, they're all pulled completely tight, are going to be the same length as this elastic band here, I measure the elastic band that's stretched out and I multiply it by 3 because that is the number of elastic bands that there are. So after measuring, originally it is 11 inches or approximately 0.2794 meters, and then after stretching it is 33 inches or approximately 0.8382 meters. And after subtracting the final from the initial, we get the x, which is the spring stretch length, is 0.558 meters. So turns out after doing some quick research, all I had to do was look up the spring force constant of the specific type of rubber band from the specific brand, and it turns out that K, which is the spring force constant, is 45.0, because So now all I need to do is find the force, not the force, the energy that you get from the windmill hitting your face. That's a J. There you go. So the equation for the spring potential energy is, the energy equals 1/2 of the spring force constant times the spring stretch length squared. So after doing that with quick calculations, what I get is that the spring force potential energy is 7.02579. Is that a lot of numbers? Yes. I don't care. The kinetic energy of the windmill turning is the same number, and the thermal energy from the friction hitting your face and wiping your tears is also the same. Did this make sense? I hope. This was the coolest way I could think I could do it. Anyway, that's the science. That's the energy. And that's it. I made a machine to dry my tears. I found the energy. Today's a
pretty swell day. Take it easy, nerds. Peace out.
Excellent. Okay. Misty!